This podcast may contain views and opinions which are those of the hosts and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of any local agency, organization, union, employee, or company, including the podcast.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to Off the Clock Shop Talk. We are missing John, but we're going to continue on with our Halloween episode.
Well, I'm not missing John.
John's missing John. The cat's missing John.
The cat got John's tongue over there.
But they look about the same. They have about the same amount of hair, too.
No, the cat, the cat is actually quiet. And I guarantee the cat's not going to interrupt today.
No.
Yeah.
So what's up, Sabas? How you been?
Well, I'm good, man. Just here. We're going to do a little short clip. Obviously, like George said, John's not here today, and they're out at the West Panels. For anybody that's asking, probably nobody, but I wasn't there. I didn't have any cases, so I'm here working on some stuff at home. We just had our general membership meeting after being in the dark for the last 3 months.
3 months, yeah.
On Saturday, which was good turnout.
It was a good turnout.
We had the habit here. We had food.
That was really cool. It was nice to have like a little food, like a reintroduction with little lunch at the end. It was nice.
Yeah, it was nice, see the members after 3 months. And
they also had the Kaiser truck there that was doing
the Kaiser truck there.
Doing like little health inspections. They checked your blood pressure, took a little small blood sample. Really nice.
I didn't even do that though. You know that?
I did it.
Yeah, somebody told me, did you do it? I was like, I didn't even do it.
Yeah.
So now I wish I would have done that. But I probably would have heard stuff I didn't want to hear.
Isn't that like the Mexican thing is like we don't go to the doctor because we don't want to hear
exactly.
We don't want to hear what they have to say.
I don't need anybody else telling me I'm overweight.
I don't need that shit. But what I know.
Yeah, I know. I'm wondering if I know right now we're in the middle of this conversation, and I'm wondering if this fan that we have on is a little.
I know. I gotta go turn it off. We'll do that real quick.
Yeah. So, like I said, I missed the Kaiser. I didn't have any of the habit. We had our.
It was fucking good.
Yeah, I know the habit's good. I like the habit.
I had only eaten there one time because my buddy told me it was his favorite like little burger spot, that kind of fast food burger spot, I guess.
Yeah.
So I went and I tried it when I was still driving in Anaheim. I went to the one in Huntington Beach off of Warner and Beach Boulevard. And this is where I think I fucked up. Is I didn't get the regular style burger. I got like the portobello mushroom, whatever. I was like, I like that. Try it. And I was super disappointed because it was dry. It wasn't prepped right. Like it was a disappointment. So I haven't gone back since. So when I had it on Saturday.
Oh, they had it?
No, they just had the regular. Oh, yeah. They had the regular burger.
Yeah, just regular burger.
And I had the regular burger, and I was like, this is way better. Yeah. It was really good.
The habit's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I missed it. I didn't do the Kaiser truck like I said, but we had a good turnout. It was nice to be back, see the members. One of the biggest things, I'm going to jump into UPS here, but one of the biggest things that everybody's been asking is, when am I getting my retro check?
Retro checks.
So this past Wednesday, I was told that they went out, and as of today, I believe everybody has received their retro check. And I know there's a lot of questions behind the retro check. A lot of people are, for example, asking. I had one member today ask me, they didn't believe their check was right, their retro check, because
it looks like he's probably a member. We're not sure whether he's a feeder driver or a unloader, but it looks like he works for UPS. I'll put the link in the description. I can't play the video because the whole thing will get pulled down for copyright. But it's under Mark Richter, and he basically created a Google spreadsheet where it calculates in the pay, right? The pay increase. So if you feel that you have been shorted, you take the Google sheet. I'll put the link in the description and the link right here, And then you take that sheet, you put in the information per day, because he has the whole spreadsheet down on there. So for every day, you put in the amount of hours you worked, just put in that information. It will automatically calculate exactly how much money you're supposed to get.
Yeah, great tool, because, I mean, I know it can get pretty confusing, like that scenario I just described.
Yeah.
The vacation, I think, is going to be the one that people are going to be asking, because a lot of people took vacation.
Yeah, took vacation, and they were thinking, I don't want to be here with a strike. I'll just take the vacation.
Right. So I think that's going to be the biggest thing. But, or if somebody's doing a different job and a different classification where they're getting 2 pay rates.
Or let's say somebody ended up going top rate in that time frame. There's a bunch of different scenarios,
Yeah, so I think this Google spreadsheet will help. I got to give a shout out to
Mark Richter.
Mark Richter. Shout out to you.
Thank you, sir.
He broke it down. I did see this the very first week it came out. He explained it, but I highly suggest you take a look at it, put those numbers in, and if you feel you see a shortage there, you can print it out, take it to your supervisor or with the steward, and have them compare it and see if you're shorted. One of the other things that I would highly suggest that you look at is for all of the hazmat responders that are supposed to be getting that $1 increase. So look at that, put those in there, and see what happens, because it could be a daunting task to go through all that stuff.
That's a lot.
So, but getting back to what we were discussing with the retro checks, take a look at this Google sheet, see if you have any discrepancies. The hazmat people as well with the dollar, and then let your steward know, or myself if you see me in the building, and hopefully we can get those fixed as soon as possible if there is a discrepancy in your check.
100%.
100%.
I kind of like it that John's not over there.
Right?
I actually got through this whole conversation without getting
him being like, I don't mean to cut you off.
No, but he does.
It's funny that he says that. It's funny that he says that because he is cutting you off. So it's like,
yeah.
Do you mean it or?
Yeah. So we're in a week away from Halloween.
When this comes out, Halloween will be 4 days away.
4 days away. Yeah. So I know this is going to be a little short episode, but we just kind of wanted to tell some stories, some horror stories.
Some horror stories.
Oh, horror stories.
This one actually it's pretty wild. And I'm actually kind of glad my buddy didn't get hurt. So this is when I was working in the unload. And my buddy Manny was unloading, and I'm scanning. And I'm just sitting there scanning. I'm talking to him. I don't really look over at him as, because I'm just doing my work. But, we're talking, conversing. And all of a sudden I'm scanning, and then there's no packages in the belt. And I look over. He's all, what the fuck? And he's holding a box. So he pulled the box off the top. And through the box came a fucking giant steak knife in between his fingers. And it's a good thing his face wasn't there. It literally, inside of the box, it was empty. It was a box probably about this big, just full of steak knives. And the one that came through was like one of those, I guess like a butcher style, but I guess the best way to describe it is like the knife that Michael Myers uses in Halloween. But it perfectly went in between his fingers and by his face as he pulled it off the wall. It was fucking insane. I just look over. There's a knife sticking through his fingers. I honestly thought it went through his hand.
Wow.
So he avoided fucking losing a finger. That's why it's very important if you ship anything to fucking pack it well.
Yeah. We've seen people just throw stuff in the box.
That's all it was. The only thing in there was knives.
Wow.
In a big box.
It's crazy. That's a good horror story for the month of October. Yeah. I'm trying to see if I can think of, and I know I probably have some, but I can't really think of anything right now at the top of my head. But
the only other thing I could think of was on the sword aisle, we were just sorting and stuff, and a box came down, and sometimes you get live insects.
Yes, I
boxes of
remember
live
that.
insects,
Yeah.
crickets, spiders, all that stuff, bees. So this one was a box of queen bees, and I don't know how it happened. Maybe it got pinned between some other boxes, but it busted open on the sort aisle.
The queen bee?
Yeah, and it was like a fucking swarm just right out of there.
Really?
And you should have seen the dust clouds of all the fucking sorters. Like, bing!
Wow.
Well, I mean, fuck, dude. Like, I mean, you're working. You don't expect, a swarm of bees when you're working.
Yeah.
So when it busted open and fucking all these bees came out of nowhere, I mean, you have to imagine. I'm sure somebody there had to have an allergy. I mean, that's way more common now than you think. The bee allergy.
Yeah.
That was fucking weird, crazy.
Now you really got me thinking, George. Because I know I got a story somewhere.
You gotta have one.
And I just can't recall any of them right now, but I can't believe how fast this year has flown by. We started the contract campaign and, where we're at now and the contract, being ratified and, the implementation of the new language, and this year's almost over.
I know, the year's almost gone.
Yeah.
It's fucking insane. Now, I wonder, is that because we're getting older? I feel like that's the case, right? It's like as you get older, the years fly by faster. Because I remember being young when I was like in my early 20s, and a year would take fucking forever.
Yeah.
So maybe it's because I had literally nothing to do. Because literally all I would do every day is I go to work, do my shift, and I just come home and fucking play video games and watch movies all day. I didn't have a lot of ambition when I was young, so it's kind of just like, I almost did nothing.
I think it's the family that does it, the kids growing up and watching them, and you realize it goes by super fast now. So
they grow way faster than you think.
What do you think, John? You got nothing to say today?
Anything over there?
No? Okay.
Thanks, John.
You're doing a good job.
Thanks, John. Thanks for not cutting us off.
Yeah. Man, so I know you're into horror movies. Since we're in the month of October, give us a horror movie. One of your favorite ones.
So, okay. Part of my costume today is actually the shirt I'm wearing.
And it says, cheap ass Halloween costume.
Yes. So it's funny because when people see the shirt, they just kind of think it's a joke. The shirt is actually from a movie. And it's one of my favorite horror movies. It's from Rob Zombie's House of a Thousand Corpses. So Tiny wears it, played by, I believe his name is Michael McGregory. He's no longer with us, but he has a bunch of like deformities.
Uh-huh.
And in the movie, he like wears a mask. He walks in. When he comes in, it's menacing because no one's expecting him, and he's just wearing the shirt, and it's fucking. That movie, if you've never seen it, is a mind fuck. It's such a good movie, and it's not like most traditional horror movies where they're trying to scare you with jump scares. They're trying to scare you with suspense in the writing. So that's kind of like the best part of like the Rob Zombie movies. So if you've never seen it, it's a really good watch.
I'm not into horror movies.
Well, I mean, what kind of horror movies have you ever watched?
My life.
You're just playing your life back in your head.
Yeah. I just have never really been into scary movies. So
There's a lot of good ones.
yeah.
There are really good ones. There's a bunch though that I don't like watching because they only utilize like jump scares and like loud sounds, which is a cheap scare tactic because you're not really scared. It's just the loud music and the quick scene changes that scare you.
I remember, I went to private school, and I remember, it was in 6th grade or something, but there was a guy there that was just into Halloween, and this was quite a while ago, but he had this special makeup he put on, and every Friday we'd go to mass, right?
Yeah.
And it was so horrific that they wouldn't even let him.
They wouldn't let him
They
in?
wouldn't even let him in. He had it all like did his whole face up, and they wouldn't even let him go to mass that day. So yeah, I mean, I think it was just because I don't know. I was raised not to really get into that, but man,
So it's interesting. You brought up mass, and that immediately made me think of there's a series on Netflix called Midnight Mass.
really,
I wouldn't say it's like a super horror themed, but it is horror based. I think even you would probably enjoy it because it has a very good story. The characters are compelling, and there is a very interesting, like some shock value at the end. So if you get a chance, I would watch it. It's on Netflix. Check it out. Midnight Mass is fucking great.
right on.
Yeah.
I might have to check that out.
Yeah.
What else we got going on for the month of October?
For the month of October, I don't think we have anything else really for us. I know next week, I know the post hasn't been put up. John's kind of lagging on the post. But the post for the bottle giveaway is going to be going up. So we have one. I might extend it another week because the post was supposed to go up this week, but it hasn't gone up. So I think I'll extend it another week. And then on that post, basically like and then hashtag bottoms up for your entry.
Okay. All right. I know the last few episodes we announced we had some other things coming. We're still working on some stuff. Hopefully we'll have these things situated and done by the new year, I'm thinking.
I'm really hoping to get all this stuff settled.
Yeah. So
that's really going to change the dynamic of the show.
Yeah. So, but I can't think of anything else. Short. I think we need to keep it short and sweet.
That's fine.
Keep
it nice, short and sweet.
I can't think of anything, man.
It's all good. No horror stories from work?
No,
Nothing?
I can't. Horror stories from work. God.
Just like a crazy incident, you know?
I know as soon as we end this show, I want to think of
You're going to think of one?
Yeah.
That's how that works.
Yeah. I just can't think of one right now. I just can't. Nothing's coming to mind.
It's all good. John, any horror stories?
No?
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for contributing this week. Any more did you possibly think of?
You know what, George? I've been sitting here contemplating off camera about a horror story in the hub. And I can't think of one.
Can't think of one?
No.
Okay. I'm sure literally when I stop recording, you'll be like, I got one.
Yeah, that's going to happen. Yeah.
And then, quick side note, it was Matthew McGrory from House of 1,000 Corpses Play Tiny. Just wanted to clarify that really quick, not Michael.
You know, hopefully, I hate to say it, John will be back next week, you know.
We give him shit, but it's funny.
But we definitely are working on, we say it all the time, bring some different guests on. But we just here, we want to keep you informed, let you know what's going on.
That's what we're here for. Keep us informed. Also, if you guys have any horror stories from your barn, put them in the comments or email them to us. So,
yeah, there you go.
You know, let us know, and then we'll read them out next week.
That would be funny.
Yeah.
Right on.
All right. So if you guys really enjoyed it, please like, share, subscribe. Sharing's a really big deal. You know, share it with as many members as you possibly can. Instagram, OCST.952. Watch out for the post. We're going to put the post up this week. I promise I'm going to make the cat fucking do it for the bottle giveaway, the bottle with the label on it. I believe I'm going to give away 4 bottles with the label. So watch out for the new post and hashtag bottoms up. Also, email us at ocst.000@gmail.com. And then you can put in your horror story, work incident. You can put anything in there, questions about your barn, questions about upcoming contracts, anything. And other than that, I think that's basically it for this week.
Yeah. Good short video. We'll see you back next week.
We'll see you back next week. And happy Halloween from everybody here at Off the Clock Shop Talk.
All right. See you next week.
Bye.